Hi friends, welcome to practice. So today we've got about a 50-minute practice and we're doing a lot of leg work today. So a lot of strengthening the legs, the hips, a good amount of standing work, really focusing on grounding our energy. You will want a pair of blocks for today's class and we're gonna get started in a seated position. If you'd like to sit up onto a blanket or block, feel free to do so. And we'll start by crossing the right shin in front of the left shin, coming to Sukhasana. If you find that your knees are much higher than your hips, that's a good sign. That's a good idea to sit up onto something. Elevate your hips so that you can try to get right on top of your sit bones. You can even bring your hands by your sides, press into the earth so that you can grow a little taller here. Roll the shoulders back and down, and then rest your hands on your lap. Could be palms up, could be down, whatever feels best. Let the eyes soften or close to start. And start by just connecting into your body, noticing any sensations that are present. Maybe it's the first time all day that you've really checked in with yourself. Feel the connection of your sit bones plug into the ground below you, creating this sense of stability and rootedness through the lower body. And it's from that ability to ground that we can lengthen and find more space and freedom in the upper body. Invite a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your belly with air. Take an open mouth, clearing breath. And just take a few rounds of breath here, in and out of the nose. Start to connect with your breath, even out your inhales with your exhales. Maybe the first time all day that you've also checked in with the quality of your breath. And with your next breath in, let your eyes softly flutter open, letting a little bit of light in. And then bring your hands behind you. Bend your knees, place your feet on the ground, and cross your right ankle past your left knee, coming into a figure four. Get the bony part of your ankle just past your knee and flex your toes. And then bring your attention to your low back and notice if you're kind of slouching. And so this happens when there's tightness in the hamstrings or glutes or hips. So try your best to really rock the pelvis forward. Get right on top of your sit bones. And feel how that translates as a really nice long spine, chest up, shoulders back. Feel the right knee and thigh press forward. Keep flexing your toes. We'll come back to this shape later today. One more breath in. And then exhale, release. Now come back to Sukhasana, this time left shin in front of the right shin. Bring your left fingertips out to the side. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over. Take a side bend. Lift up and out of your legs. Breathe into the right side body. Another breath. And then switch, bring your right hand down, reach your left arm up and over, side bend, breathe into the left side body. Feel your left hip press down as you reach up and over. Another breath. And then come back to center. Just bring your hands down by your sides. You're gonna reach that right arm forward, circle it for 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. 3, 2, 1, just opening up the shoulder a little bit. Bring your right hand down, circle your left arm for 3, for 2, and 1. Switch directions for 3, bringing a little mobility there. 2, and 1. And then bring your hands behind you. Bend your knees, place your feet on the ground. Cross your left ankle past the right knee, figure 4. Get the entire ankle, so that means the bony part of the ankle just past your knee, not on it. Flex your toes, and then with your hands behind you, can you rock your pelvis forward? Get right on top of your sit bones. If you bring your attention to your low back, we don't want to tuck the tailbone under. That'll flatten the low back. Instead, you want to feel almost like a little trench shape at the low back. Keep pressing the left knee and thigh forward. Couple more breaths. Last inhale. And exhale, release. Make your way onto hands and knees in a tabletop. I'm gonna get a little music going today. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Stack your hips over your knees. Gently spread your fingers. Let's take some cat-cows. As you inhale, draw your heart forward and up. Slide the shoulders back. Exhale, reverse, round your spine. Again, inhale, arch, open the front body. Exhale, round, open the back body. And do that a couple more times on your own. Start to move with your breath. Maybe your body's asking for other movements. Maybe start to rock forwards and backwards a little bit, waking up the hips, the pelvis. Maybe you take more circular movements, some nice spinal circles, almost like waves. Go in both directions if you'd like. Come back through center in your tabletop. Walk your hands forward a big 2 to 3 inches. Look at your hands. Make sure they're shoulder width apart with your wrist creases parallel to the top of your mat. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Glance back at your feet. Make sure they're about hip bone apart, inner heels hidden behind you. Relax your head and neck. Relax the eyes, the jaw. Press into your entire hand, every knuckle, every fingertip to send your hips high up towards the ceiling behind you. If you feel the low back rounding, bend your knees. So when there's tightness in the hamstrings, they pull on the glutes and low back, causing it to round. Take a bend in your knees so you can get longer from your hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, clearing breath. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Try to lift the right inner knee towards the sky and squeeze your left hip back in space. Straighten the right leg, take an inhale. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your nose. Lift it as high as you can and step your right foot forward. Toes in line with your fingers. Drop your back knee to the mat. Raise your arms, low lunge. Ground through the front heel as you bend the front knee. It's as if your right heel is rooting into the earth. Also press your back shin down. Try to lift your pubic bone up towards the navel. Now bring your right hand to your right hip. Take a side bend up and over to the right. Breathe into the left side waist. Full inhale. Exhale, circle the left hand down. Raise your right arm up, twist. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Bend the front leg deeply. Push your left thigh straight up towards the ceiling. Use your inhales to get longer from the crown of your head to your back foot. Twist as you exhale. One more breath in, turn the right palm forward. Swim your top arm up and over your ear. And then bring your right hand down, crawl inside your right foot. Turn all your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Rock forward as you breathe in. Exhale, bend your left knee, a little lateral side lunge. Hips back, can you keep your chest forward? Come through center, switch, bend the right knee. Hips back, chest forward. Turn to frame your front foot at the top of the mat, gaze forward. Step to the top of your mat, fold over your legs. Keep a little bend in your knees, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach your arms out and up at the top. Step your left foot behind the right foot. Grab onto your left wrist, take a side bend over to the right. Now I like to keep a little bend in the right leg. Can you straighten your left, push your heel into the earth. Inhale, come to center. Step left foot next to right, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands, step your left leg back, runner's lunge. Feel free to bring hands to blocks here. Take an inhale, back heel stays high, exhale, straighten the front leg. Let's flow through that. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, straighten the leg. One more time, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and stay. Relax the head and neck. Wrap your right hip back towards the left heel so your hips are shining forward. Now go ahead, rebend the front knee, plant your hands, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale the left leg up. Bend your knee, open up the hip, try to lift your left inner knee to the sky. Straighten the leg, take an inhale. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Step forward, toes in line with fingers. Drop the back knee. Inhale, rise up. Ground through the front heel as you bend the front leg. So your stability is through the feet, the legs. Press the right shin down, and from that, can you lift up and out of your legs? Left hand to your hip, reach the right arm up and over, take a side bend. Another inhale. Exhale, circle the right hand to the mat, raise your left arm up, twist. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Back leg is super straight, push your right thigh up. Spin your top ribs back, bottom ribs forward, rotate from the upper body. And now turn that left palm forward, swim your top arm up and over your ear, crawl inside your front foot, turn all your toes, face the long edge of your mat. Hips forward as you breathe in. Side lunge to the back of the mat. Right knee and toes are facing the same direction. Come through center, bend the left knee. Left knee and toes are in the same direction. Turn to frame your left foot, gaze forward, step to the top of the mat. A little bend in your knees, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Once your chin lifts, reach your arms out and up. Step your right foot behind the left foot, grab the right wrist, side bend over to the left. Push the right heel into the mat, maybe straighten the right leg a little more. Inhale, come to center, right foot steps next to the left. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold, maybe a little bend in the knees. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands, step the right leg back. Feel free to bring your hands to blocks here. Take an inhale, back heel stays high. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Relax the head and neck, getting a little hamstring stretch here. Notice if the left hip is hiking up towards the shoulder, wrap it back towards the right heel. And now rebend the front knee, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Stay to exhale, catch your hip shoulder height. We want to use our legs in plank, so plug into the ground with your big toe mounds, not your tippy toes. Always option to do this pose with knees down though. Push the floor away from you. Reach your chest forward, take an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Once you land, point your toes. Reach your arms straight back by your sides, palms face down. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, the shoulders. And so oftentimes when we back bend, we only think about the upper body. But what are your feet doing? Can you press into every toenail? And maybe that means bringing a little more pressure into your pinky toenails so that your inner thighs spin up so the low back is wide and spacious. And then engage your quadriceps, lift the kneecaps. Then roll the shoulders back, engage your upper back muscles. Take another inhale, keep your chest up. Place your hands down by your low ribs, elbows over the wrist. Option to stay here, baby cobra, or inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs lift and up dog, roll the shoulders back. Downward facing dog as you exhale, hips up and back. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, feet towards your hands, make your way to the top of the mat. Chest forward at the top. Exhale, folds. Come all the way to stand. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, arms by your sides. Come to your mountain pose at the top of your mat. Let's do a few sun A's. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands beside your feet, step to plank or hop to bent elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. 5 or so breaths here. Always option to take 5 or so breaths in child's pose. Your vinyasa could be stepping to plank, taking a few cat-cows. So make the poses work for you. Ask yourself, what does my body need today? can I leave class feeling energized but also grounded, not more overwhelmed? In downward facing, press into every knuckle, every fingertip, send your hips up and back. Relax the head and neck, the eyes, the jaw. One more inhale here, press back. Exhale, feet to your hands, step or lightly hop. Heart forward at the top. Exhale, folds. Come all the way to stand. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, arms by your sides. Again, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands, step or hop to bent elbows. Chaturanga, come through your vinyasa. Your vinyasa could be stepping straight to downward facing dog. That's where we'll meet. Root down through the thumb and index finger. It's that inner part of the hand that likes to lift off the mat. Keep that rooted as you spin your inner upper arms forward and squeeze your outer arms back and in. Press your chest to your thighs. Soften the front ribs in. Full inhale. Stay for the exhale. One more inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands, step or hop. Lengthen at the top. Exhale, fold. Come all the way to stand, raise your arms up. And exhale, arms by your sides. Okay, one more Sunday, we'll meet back in down dog. Inhale, reach up. Let your exhale take you all the way down. Inhale, heart forward. Plant your hands, step or hop to bent elbows. Come through your vinyasa. Move with your breath, not mine. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. All right. With your next inhale, raise your right leg up. As you exhale, bring your knee in towards your nose. Lift it as high as you can and step your right foot forward. Front knee over the ankle, back heel over the ball of your back foot, not behind it. Rise up to a high lunge as you inhale. Stay to exhale, bend both your knees quite a bit. Ground through your front heel, lift your right hip up and off your thigh. Imagine there is a weight on your tailbone. Lengthen your tailbone to the floor. Now bring your right hand to your right hip, side bend up and over to the right. Can you maybe make the back leg a little straighter, push the thigh back? With your next inhale, come through center, reach two arms to the sky. Exhale, lean forward, either airplane your arms back, palms face down, or bring your hands to blocks under the shoulders, your choice. Either way, chest is low. Squeeze your right hip back and in towards the left heel and push the left thigh up. Heart forward, left heel presses back. Last breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to your plank, come through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing. All right, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose. Lift it as high as you can and step forward. Toes in line with fingers. Back heel over the ball of the back foot. Rise up to your high lunge. Start with a little bend in both your knees. Lift your frontal hip bones up towards the front ribs so you're not resting your pelvis on your front thigh. Pelvis is right under the chest. Left hand to left hip, side bend up and over to the right. Push the right thigh back, make the back leg a little straighter. Inhale, come to center, reach two arms up. Exhale, lean forward, either airplane, arms back, palms down, or bring hands to blocks. Your body will tell you what it needs. Keep the gaze slightly down, back of the neck long. Wrap your left hip back towards the right heel and push the right thigh up. Last breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Keep your chest forward, step to plank, come through your vinyasa. Remember, vinyasa could be doing plank with the knees up or down, up dog or baby cobra, or child's pose, straight to down dog. You decide. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. We're gonna do that same flow again. Add on. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step your right foot forward. Rise up to your high lunge. Stay to exhale, ground through your front heel. Right hand to right hip, side bend up and over to the right. Inhale, come to center, reach 2 arms up. Lean forward, option to airplane arms back or bring hands to blocks. Keep the weight in the front heel. Keep your gaze steady. Take an inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Step your left foot next to your right. Bend your knees, raise your arms. Go down and back with your hips. So hips back. I'm not tucking my tailbone under, but trying to keep the natural curve of the low back. Take another inhale. Now stand up. Step your left foot behind the right foot. This time I'm gonna balance on the ball of the back foot. Take a little curtsy squat. Hands can come to heart center. Bend both your knees. Inhale, stand up. Step your left foot out to the side, toes out, heels in. Bend your knees, squat. Keep your heels down, doesn't matter how low it is, chest up. Inhale, come to center. Step your left foot next to your right, fold over your legs. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands, step your left leg back. Spin the back heel down and in, line up your front heel with your back arch, open up wide, warrior 2. Take a nice long stance, front knee over the ankle. Notice if you're kind of resting your front hip on your thigh. Lift the front hip off your thigh as you root down through the front heel. Firm your left outer hip in. Can you press into the pinky side of your back foot a little more to straighten the back knee? So we always work from the ground up. If you're feeling scattered, overwhelmed, start by bringing your attention to whatever's on the ground, which is right now the feet. Soften your gaze. Keep the bend in the front leg. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to your plank. Come through your Vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose. Step your left foot forward. Rise up, high lunge as you inhale. Stay to exhale. Left hand to left hip, side bend up and over to the left. Inhale, come to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, lean forward, either hands to blocks or airplane your arms back. Squeeze the left hip back towards the right heel. Ground through the front heel, and then step the right foot forward, chair pose, bend your knees, raise your arms. Press the shins back, weights in the heels and the hips. Go down and back with the hips, up with the heart. Take another breath in. Exhale, stand up, step right foot behind the left foot, and keeping my back heel up, little curtsy squat. Bend both your knees. Left knee and toes are in the same direction. Inhale, straighten the legs. Step your right foot out to the side, squat. Keep your heels down, hard up. Another breath. Step your right foot next to your left foot, fold over your legs. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands, step the right leg back. Spin your back heel down, line up your front heel with your back arch. Open up wide, warrior 2. Ground through the front heel as you bend the front leg. Push the right thigh back. Lengthen your tailbone to the floor. Can you bring your hips right under your chest? Take another breath here. Keep the bend in the front leg. Flip your front palm, reverse the warrior, tip up and back. Exhale, hands to the mat. Nice work. Step to your plank, Vinyasa, or straight to downward facing. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Another inhale. As you exhale, gently drop to your knees, child's pose, big toes touch, let the hips melt back. Rest your arms in whatever way is comfortable. Take about 5 or so breaths here. Come back to that smooth, that steady breath in and out of the nose. Take a moment just to check in, notice what's present, what physical sensations are present, the quality of the breath, the quality of your mind right now. Come back to that steady breath. And then as you're ready, crawl your arms forward. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. We've got a little more standing work to go. Take a deep breath in through your nose, clearing breath out of the mouth. Come back into your body, back into your breath. We'll start the same way as we've been doing. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step forward. Rise up high, lunge as you breathe in. Stay to exhale. So kind of trust that you know where we're going now, at least to start. Right hand to right hip, side bend. Full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Come to center, reach 2 arms up. Lean forward, option to bring hands to blocks or airplane your arms back. This time we're coming towards warrior 3. Keep your eyes on one spot in front of you. Launch forward, stand on your right leg, float your back foot off the mat. Right leg can have a little bend in it, but try to straighten your back leg. Spin the left outer hip down. Lift your frontal hip bones up towards the front ribs, so front body supports the back body. One more inhale. Bend the standing leg, chair pose, step left foot next to right, bend your knees, raise your arms. Stand all the way up, hands to heart center. Left foot steps behind the right, I'm on the ball of the back foot, curtsy squat, bend your knees. Stand up on the right leg, bring your left knee into your chest, this time balance. Take an inhale, step your left foot out to the side, squat, turn your toes out a bit. Go as low as you can while keeping your heels down. Chest up. Now we're gonna stand back on that right leg, bring your left knee into your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, figure 4, cross the left ankle past the right knee, go down and back with the hips. Chest up, so I'm not tucking the tailbone under, but keeping my spine long. If it doesn't happen, you can always have your foot below the knee. One more breath. Left foot down, fold over your legs. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hand, step the left leg back. Spin the back heel down. Open up wide, warrior 2. Stay for a breath. Flip your front palm, reverse the warrior, tip up and back. Straighten your front leg. That feels nice. Bring your arms out wide to a T. I'm gonna walk my back foot in a tiny bit, but keep the toes slightly angled forward. Reach the right arm forward, forward. Right hand to a block or lightly against the shin for a triangle. So I like a block because I prefer my hand flat rather than just dangling in space. Do what works for your body. Press into the right big toe mound. Wrap your right hip back towards the left heel. Push the left thigh back. Turn your chest towards the long edge of your mat without going into a back bend. Move your front ribs down towards the frontal hip bones, like you're breathing into your low back. Now turn your left palm forward. Swim your top arm up and over your ear. Down, turn all your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, bend your left knee, side lunge. Hands could stay down. Maybe you hover them. Maybe you go lower skandasana. Breathe in. Come through center, side lunge, other side, bend the right knee. Hands could be down. No hands. Maybe go a little lower. Take an inhale. Turn to frame your right foot, runner's lunge. 3-legged down dog. Right leg up and back. Bring your knee towards your left upper arm. Kick your leg out to the side, fallen triangle. Back heel spins down, left arm up. Lift the bottom hip. Open the chest, take a full breath in. Top hand down. 3-legged plank. Side plank, left heel spins down, right arm up. You could bend this top knee, step in front of the bottom foot. Stagger, stack feet. Open the chest, full breath in. Reach the right arm forward. Right hand down, find your plank, Vinyasa, or straight to downward facing. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Final side, no expectations. Try to just enjoy the process rather than focusing on the end goal. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step the left foot forward. Rise up, high lunge. Stay to exhale. Side bend, left hand to left hip. Inhale, come to center, reach your arms up. Lean forward. Either bring hands to blocks or airplane your arms back. We're coming towards warrior 3, so use those blocks if you like them. Take a breath in, launch forward, stand on your left leg, float the back foot off the mat. Spin the right outer hip down, probably more than you think you should. Chest forward, lift the pubic bone up towards the navel, one more breath in. Bend the standing leg, chair pose, bend your knees, raise your arms. Go down and back with the hips. Another inhale. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. Step the right foot behind the left. Keep your back heel up. Curtsy squat, bend your knees, maybe go a little lower. Now we're gonna stand on this left leg, bring the right knee into the chest, find your balance. Step your foot out to the right, squat, go as low as you can while keeping your heels down. Heart lifts, sitting bones drop. Let's stand back up on that left leg, right knee to the chest. Lots of balance work. Figure 4 across the right ankle past the left knee. Go down and back with the hips. And that's really the key word here for me at least. Hips, not just down, but back. Lengthen the low back, heart up. Breathe. One more inhale. Right foot down, fold over your legs. Inhale, chest forward. Plant your hands, step the right leg back. Spin the back heel down, open up wide, warrior 2. We're here just a breath. I know that left leg is probably feeling it. Flip your front palm, reverse the warrior. Straighten the front leg, bring your arms out wide to a T. You might shorten your stance a bit. Keep the back foot angled forward. Reach out and up. Left hand to a block or lightly against the shin. So we're looking for space in the side body. Check in with your feet. Can you press more into your outer back foot to engage that right outer hip? Press into your left big toe mound and wrap your left hip back towards the right heel. And now that you're grounded through your feet, open through the upper body. Spin your top ribs back, bottom ribs forward. With your next inhale, turn the right palm forward, sweep your top arm up and over and down. Turn all your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Chest forward as you breathe in. Exhale, bend the right knee, side lunge. Go lower only if it makes sense, don't force it. Inhale, come through center, side lunge, or maybe go a little lower. Heart lifts. Turn to frame your left foot, runner's lunge. Three-legged down dog, left leg up and back. Take an inhale. Exhale, tap your knee towards your right upper arm and then kick your leg out to the side. Back heel spins down, fallen triangle, reach the right arm up. Full breath in. Right hand down, three-legged plank. Spin your right outer heel down, left arm up. Side plank, full breath in. Reach your left arm up and over. Place your hand down, plank, vinyasa, or straight to downward facing. Take a breath or two here. I don't know where the music went. All right, deep breath in, deep breath out. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop, feet to your hands. Lengthen at the top. Exhale, folds. Bring your feet about hip bone apart and parallel. Hook onto your big toes. With your two peace fingers, bend your knees as much as it helps. Inhale, rock forward, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold in. Relax the head and neck. Let your elbows splay out wide. Soften the shoulders up and away from the ears. Inhale, chest forward. This time as you exhale, place your hands underneath your feet, Padahastasana. Bend your knees as much as it helps. You can also do this pose with hands on blocks in the same shape, so palms up, not down, to get the wrist stretch. That's good if you feel this in the low back. Inhale one more time, chest forward. Exhale, fold in. Try not to shift back. Can you keep your hips right over your heels? Use your exhales to fold in towards your thighs. Another inhale. Exhale, hands to your hips. Lead with the chest. Come all the way to stand. All right. Okay, that was a lot of standing work in a row. I'm sure your legs are feeling at least a little more awake. Bring your feet a little wider, then hip bone apart. Turn your toes out. We're gonna come into that squat one more time. So go as low as you can while keeping your heels down. Drop your sitting bones, and if your squat is higher, that's not a bad thing. It's a more active squat. For some people, that's actually better. If it's hard to keep your heels down, you could always grab a blanket, roll it up, place it under your heels. I just think that's always a good thing to know. So we'll be here a few breaths. Weight in the heels and the hips. Drop your sitting bones. Lengthen your spine, lift your chest. Try to get your arms inside your legs. Start to squeeze your outer upper arms with your inner thighs engaging your adductors. And then breathe. Breathe down into the hips, the pelvis. This is one of the best poses to really send the energy downward to ground. And feel free to stay here for a few more breaths. We'll meet back in down dog if you were here. So if you'd like a crow pose, plant your hands about a foot in front of you, shoulder width apart. Lift your heels, knees on your upper arms. Look forward, past your fingers. Your elbows must stack over your wrists, so arms are bent. You can try to lift one foot at a time or 2 feet off the ground. Pull your chest forward, use your fingertips. Push the ground away from you. From crow, you might throw your chest forward, hop your legs to bent elbows, chaturanga. Otherwise, step to plank when you're ready. Come through your vinyasa, we'll meet in downward facing. Take a breath in, full breath out. Inhale the right leg up. Slide your right shin forward for half pigeon, right knee a little wider than the hips. Walk your left leg back, so the weight's really way back in the hips, not the front knee. If it makes sense to place a block or a blanket under this right hip, go for it. Sometimes a blanket under both hips feels really nice too. And then as you're ready, start to lengthen forward. Maybe you're lowering forearms onto blocks or the ground. Maybe you grab a block, rest your forehead on it. And so in half pigeon, the goal is not to get the right shin parallel to the top of the mat. For many people, that will never happen in this lifetime, and that's fine. I think you can still live a very happy life without getting there. I would say the goal more is, can you wrap your right hip back towards the left heel? So 2 sides of your waist are equally long. Imagine you could balance a teacup on your low back. For most of us, that means we've got to spin the left outer hip down a bit. And then if you can keep all that, and it requires quite open hips, inner thighs, then you can inch the right foot forward a little bit. But really move inch by inch. An inch of movement makes a big difference. Stay for another breath. And now start to make your way back up onto your hands. We'll meet back in downward facing dog, hips up and back. take any movements that feel nice, whether it's pedaling out the feet, raising the right leg up, taking some hip circles, ankle circles, whatever you like here. Take a moment for yourself. And then raise your left leg up. Slide the left shin forward, left knee wider than the hips. I'm gonna inch it to the left. Walk the right leg back. Lower your hips to the ground. Use as much support as you need. Maybe it's a block or blanket under the hip or both hips. Could be more on this side, could be less. Start to lengthen forward. It's always nice to rest the forehead on something. Of course, if there's a different shape that makes more sense to take, maybe a figure 4 in the back, listen to your body, honor that. Each side of your body is different. Notice what sensations are present. Ask yourself, what small adjustments do I need to make here? Maybe it's an inch of movement. And breathe. Bring your attention back to the breath. Can you keep it smooth and steady, not rushed or forced? As you're ready, start to make your way back up onto your hands. Let's find one final downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Take any final movements that feel nice. And don't think about it too much. Just kind of listen to your body, feel around. As you're ready, gently drop to your knees, swing your feet off to one side. And we're gonna meet lying down on our backs. Once you lay down, bend your knees, place your feet on the ground, feet about hip bone apart, rest your arms by your sides. And from here, inhale, lift your hips, ground through your heels. Exhale, lower your hips. So just small little bridge poses. Ground through the heels, inhale, lift the hips. Imagine you're dragging your heels towards your hips, but don't actually move them. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift. Stay to exhale, pick up your right foot. Place it back down. Pick up your left foot. Place it back down. Now keep going, but imagine there was a marble resting right below the navel, right on the pubic bone. So try to keep the rest of the body still as you come through these movements. Try to keep your frontal hip bones equidistant to the ceiling, meaning that one hip doesn't go higher than the other. And it seems like such small, simple movements, but then when you pay attention, it's pretty complex. Let's do one more each side. And then lower the hips all the way down. Just swish your knees left and right a little bit, massaging out the low back. Come through center, knees about over the heels, feet about hip bone apart, ground through your heels, lift the hips. This time shrug your shoulders under, grab the outer edges of your mat. Shrug your shoulders under as much as you can. Try to get on top of the shoulders. Press into your shoulders, lift the chest up and back. Press into your heels, lift the hips. Spin your inner thighs down. Another breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your arms out wide to a T. Cross your right knee over your left. Move the hips a little bit to the right and drop your knees to the left. And then your gaze might stay up. It might go over the right arm. Do what feels best for your neck. Let the shoulders soften, the fingers ungrip. As you inhale, come back through center. Uncross your legs, find the midline of your mat, and switch. Left knee over the right. Move your hips a little bit off to the left. Drop your knees to the right. And maybe you go and turn the gaze to the left. Allow the shoulders to melt down. Relax the hands, the fingers. Start to put in less effort. Feel the ground below you, supporting your body. Can you trust that it's supporting you so you can do less? And then come back towards center. Uncross your legs, find the midline of your mat, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze, a little rock left and right, massaging out the low back. And from here, if you'd like a happy baby, grab the edges of your feet, your shins, or your thighs. Take any small movements that feel nice. If you like to stretch one leg out to the side, go for it. If you like to rock side to side, go for it. Let the movements get slower though. Reach your arms and your legs up towards the ceiling. Soft bend in the elbows, the wrists, the knees. Curl your fingers in, roll out your feet and your wrists. Come back through center, other way, small circular movements here. Doesn't have to be super fast. And then just find a little bit of stillness here. Let your eyes soften, the jaw relax. Notice the sensations that are present. Maybe you feel a little more energized, but hopefully in a more grounded way, not a stimulated way. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then set up for Shavasana. Extend your legs long on the mat. Rest your arms by your sides. Gather any props you'd like to use. Set up this shape just as thoughtfully. Invite a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your belly with fresh air. Take an open mouth, clearing breath, releasing any stale air. Let your body relax into the earth. Bring your attention back to the breath, the feeling of the natural rise and fall of the breath here. Start to deepen your breath. Invite small, gentle movements back into your body, wiggling fingers and toes. Bend your knees, place your feet on the ground, and slowly roll onto one side of your body. Using your hands to help prop yourself up, we'll meet in a seated position with our eyes closed or the gaze soft. Keeping the lift in your chest. Inhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Exhale, lower your chin. Surrender towards heart center, to the quiet that can be found within. Thank you so much for practicing today. Om Shanti, peace.